As we've said for weeks, one of the most important responsibilities for the government in all of this is to tell people the truth about what's going on. The last thing we need is confusion. But yet, that is exactly what we got when it came to the public health officials' guidance on masks. First, the experts told us that masks didn't protect regular Americans and that only healthcare workers needed them. Then they added sick people to that category. Then you heard that masks only work when properly fitted. All the while, places like Hong Kong and Taiwan were flattening the curve because of straightforward policies like universal mask wearing. All right, Lisa, it seems to me this is another example of what you were talking about earlier, which is, can we really believe everything that we're being told? This was a really big claim by the public health officials, and yet it turns out it wasn't true.
Well, I just think it's important to, I think questioning things is a good thing. I think we should be raising questions. We should be asking questions. We should be making sure that the information is correct. I think right now the biggest thing that we need from the government, both on federal, state, and local level, is making sure that our health officials who are on the front lines of these hospitals have the protective gear that they need. There are clearly shortages. The president announced today in a press conference that Honeywell is going to start producing millions of masks. FEMA has said that they are going to take masks from the stockpile and give to the states that need them or in critical need. States like New York, I think that is what is key right now, is making sure that we have enough health officials to address the influx of people that are going to be coming in to the hospitals. And I also think, look, there's going to be a lot of reflection on all of this, and we're going to look on both the local, state, and federal level of problems that happened, mistakes that were made. So there's going to be a lot of time for that. But I think right now it's just critical to make sure that our health officials have what they need.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And by the way, Charlie, if they'd have said that at the beginning, I think Americans would have totally rallied behind that message. But they didn't say that. They didn't say, don't wear masks because our doctors and nurses need them on the front line. They said, don't wear masks because they don't work. They won't protect you. That's what they actually said. And people are listening to that and say, well, hang on a second. If they don't protect you, why are we so concerned about the doctors having them? It didn't add up, and it makes people mistrust all this advice.
Well, I was puzzled by it because I remember seeing the tweet, and I travel quite a lot. I was like, oh, I don't need a mask. I guess they don't work. Ended up being somewhat misleading. Look, it comes to a broader point, though, about the data, and I think Lisa brought up a really important point here. And something to kind of some good news out of all this is that when Vice President Pence mentioned the data today, it's actually a vast majority of the people that are showing similar symptoms of the coronavirus are actually getting tested. They actually don't have the coronavirus. The vast majority of the people right now in the current pool. And so, look, when there's a lot of different ways to talk when you look at data and how you can interpret it. I believe that the more people we test, the entire population, the quicker we're going to be able to get through this once and for all. And so I would much rather see the billions of dollars in Congress be spent towards testing quickly, Amazon Prime testing everyone to their house, than $1 trillion stimulus that would argue the efficacy of it. Because you actually can test the population, people that are showing symptoms and not showing symptoms. I think that's a much better way to actually get the data we need so we can move past this crisis and, as President Trump correctly says, win this war.